What's going on, family? Got another video for you guys, but something a little bit different. As I mentioned before in the past, I am many more dimensions than just car stuff. And this is not my first gun video. And I promise you guys, it won't be my last. So, this your boy T Big Swole. No, you can't see my face because we are functioning through the lens of a tripod that's stationary and in the position that I want it in so that you guys can focus on this. All right, guys. So what are we doing today? Well, we're going to be decking out a couple of our weapons. What weapons are we decking out? We're decking out two of my Glocks. Here we have a Glock 34. I call this one Mini John Wick. And we have a Glock 17, the Punisher. As you can see by the Punisher emblem there and there. John Wick being that this is a Glock 34, same gun that John Wick used in one of his videos, one of the movies. This one here has a black and gold theme. This one, because it's going to live in my Roni, which is white and black, will have a black and white theme. So there's a few things that we're going to get in addition to what's here already. We're probably going to go with the white, all the white pins, the white slide release, takedown pin here, or button slide, and also the mag release. So we're going to go white on all those things, and we may even go white on the trigger. It has trigger work, so I don't know if that's necessary. Again, this thing will primarily live in a Roni and probably won't get shot very often as a standalone pistol. So yeah, I have enough to not have to worry about that. If anything, I think this one might be one of those around the house guns. Yeah, so it'll be a self-defense weapon as well around the house. But I've done this before on other weapons and on several different weapons, as a matter of fact. But on these two, because they haven't gotten any love, it's time for them to get it. Because this one has a black and gold theme. One of the magic solutions that we're going to use for this is gold fingernail polish. We got this from Walgreens. And it works great to fill in certain features. So what we're going to focus on is the Glock, the 34th Gen 4, the 9x19, maybe the Australia, and maybe the mini Glock symbol here. So we're probably going to do that. On this guy, we are going to focus on primarily just the Punisher symbol on the grip. As you can see, just to give you a little background about this gun has had some work. I purchased it with some work. It comes with a threaded barrel, an aftermarket barrel. This is, I can't remember the brand of barrel on this one, but it's threaded and it's aftermarket. It's a very one of those precise barrels. What I like about it is that it's a strong barrel. What I don't like about it, it is finicky about the type of ammo you use. So it doesn't like reloads. It likes brand new ammo. It has a lighter trigger. It has a 3-pound trigger than factory, which is somewhere around 4.5 to 5. So it's a little bit lighter trigger. It has the extended mag release. And I believe this is a Gen 4. Yep, Gen 4 Glock 13. Whoever had it before me, they did the custom stimpling, which I like. And I'm probably going to do some stimpling on this guy. I just haven't decided on what pattern I want to go with, and I'll do it myself. It has a custom mag with the... It's almost like you can tether this thing so you don't lose it when you are running around. You can have this line clipped to your belt, pull, shoot. It's by Magpul. and put, when you drop it, it'll drop and hang to your side. You won't have them hit the floor, so it kind of, they don't get beat up as bad. The slide it's a custom slide that has serrations, excuse me, at the forward and also at the rear and across the top. So you can actually, you know, slide this weapon that way. They also put a custom back plate on it, which is the Punisher as well. It's white already, so you don't have to worry about that. All right, so, and for my Glock 34. Glock 34 Gen 4 is also chambered in 9mm. It is a full-size Glock. My goal with this was to use this as a competition shooting weapon. It has a 3.5-pound trigger. We did, as you can tell, all these custom gold pieces along with the pins, takedown pin, ejector, extractor, the slide release, the mag release, excuse me. Eventually I wanted to get the gold barrel. As a competition weapon, it's not necessary because, you know, it's one thing to look really, really good and then not be able to shoot well. I just wanted to be a very great shooter. It is a really, really good shooter. I'm not crazy about the trigger that I put in, at least the trigger assembly that I put in. So I'm thinking I'm gonna actually buy a different flat trigger assembly, the entire assembly. That's about 3 pounds. And go from there. It also has the adjustable sights on this thing. Adjustable rear sights. So it's actually a really, really nice weapon. And if you guys don't know, the Glock 17 is also chambered in 9mm. And as for the Glock family, this is the big guy, big brother, middle child, and then this guy right here is the baby boy. Well, not the baby boy. He's the smaller of the full-size weapons, and this is my Glock 19. So 34, 17, 19, which is just a little bit small, as you can see. We're gonna do a quick Glock lesson. This one here has been stempeled. I did it myself. It's got all the silver pins, and then we did a silver inlay on the engraving on the weapon. And I did that myself with silver fingernail polish. All right, and also right there. All right, this one has a standard barrel. As you can see, I also did the barrel. It has the night sight or the glow-in-the-dark sights on it. It has also a 3.5 trigger bar in it, pound trigger bar in it. I'm actually a much better shot with, believe it or not, I'm far more accurate with this than I am with this guy. And this is a full-size gun. And let me show you the difference. Usually the full-size guns are, they have less recoil. As you can see, we got almost an inch over this guy, over an inch on the Glock 19. All right. And about 3/4 of an inch on the 17. The 17 is over the Glock 19. All right, so these are the 3 in succession. Yeah, but these are just part of the babies, or part of my little family members here that we're going to be playing with today. So, all right, now we've gone over this big old story about Glocks and all this other stuff. And what I have, but what we're going to be doing is focusing on using this for this. And what I decided to use for this, after I did some touch up on the car, I had this left over, and it's just touch up paint, and it's the Bright White by Chrysler. So I figured that would be nice in here because of the Roni is a bright white in color. All you'll see is this, the bottom of the barrel. Not the barrel, excuse me. All you'll see is this on the gun. So it'd be nice to have this glowing white on both sides while it's in the Roni. Yep. All right, so we're using this bright white touch-up paint, auto paint, for the Punisher here, and we're going to be using this gold fingernail polish for the Glock 34 Gen 4. All right, so let's start by cleaning our weapons. So we're going to clean them just to get any extra oil off of them. One of my older microfiber towels, and we're going to use a little isopropyl alcohol to kind of soak things down, get any oil off the weapons. And again, on this one, we're only doing the Punisher symbol. All right, not a whole lot on this one. But before we get into all that, let's make sure there's nothing in the weapon. It's clear, right? All right, so let's do the same for this one. Feel heavy up front, so it tells me that it could have had something in it. Knowing me, I usually don't. See, it sounds a whole lot different. It sounds heavy. Another thing I really like about this guy, that reset is so loud, huh? And snappy. This trigger is phenomenal. All right, so we clean this one off. Got the Punisher face on this one clean. I'll just wipe this down just to make sure there's nothing crazy on it. Maybe I can get it a little cleaner, but that's good. Now we're gonna do the same for the slide of this Glock. Matter of fact, we're gonna probably end up doing is taking it down. We don't need to have the whole gun exposed for this. All right. So what we're gonna start on is the Punisher. Matter of fact, give me just a second. All right, guys, we're back. So what I needed here was some toothpicks and a bottle cap. This is going to give us a place to actually put product so that we could use it to dip the toothpick in and get into the intricate places, right? For this, it's probably going to be in here and then throughout the numbers. And I'll show you how we'll work through that. All right, so to start, let's go with, we're going to start with the the white. This is going to be, I think, an easier project working with the white. All right, let's get this thing open. Might be all right with this one. So let's get product flowing. There we go. So one thing is cool about this, it has a pointy side and it has a big side. I probably should be using a big side for this right here. What is it under here? That's not the big side. That's the sealant. guess y'all can see I'm not a fingernail polish guy, that's for sure. So we're gonna take kind of like how that's turning out. Not perfect, kind of rigid, like an old skull. Kind of digging that. Making our way to the end. Trying to hit all these little corners, man. Places that'd be hard to do with the brush. Have to bleed off these corners. There we go. Yeah, it's working well. All right. Let me take this to touch up the top real quick. I think that looks good. It doesn't take long to dry, so we'll let that dry. While that's drying, we'll focus on the Glock. Now, this is different. So when we're doing this, and I'll teach y'all a trick, man, for anybody that's interested in doing this on a factory weapon with a factory slide and engraving, or on something custom, there's a trick, right? So what we're going to do, first we're going to shake this up, make sure it's not looking crazy. And then we're going to block this over, right? Over everything that we want it to be in. We're going to use a toothpick to kind of make sure that it gets down and all into the letters, the creases and everything. And then we're going to wipe it off. Everything that's inside of the numbers and letters is going to remain. Pretty awesome concept. I saw somebody else do this. I can't take credit for it. I can't remember who did it. And we could probably try to push it in there. It's real simple. You just want to make sure all the grooves, there's no air in the letters. Actually, I think we did all right getting this down in there. We're going to let this sit for a while and kind of dry. And when it gets to where we want, we literally just use fingernail polish remover. We wipe the surface kind of loosely so that we get all of the excess off. And everything that's inside the grooves of the letters, you can see in some of this, guys, that you can see it inside the letters. You can still see the words Australia, and you can still see the 34 part of the Glock and so on. All we're going to do is wipe off the surface, and everything else inside of the letters will remain. Now, as for this one right here, this should be dry in probably about, I'll give it about a half hour. This will be dry. And then we'll do the other side. And after that, if we want it to be shiny and, well, actually, we're going to do that anyway, but we're going to add the product that comes inside of this thing, which is like a sealant. And then we'll put that on top of that to make sure that it stays. And I think that looks pretty good. Yep. And this is drying pretty quickly too. I don't know how long this stuff take to dry, but man, why don't I have no instructions? It looks like it's getting there too pretty quickly, guys. So we'll give it a second and we'll come right back. All right, guys, this one right here, we're going to visit that later. But actually, I'm not too concerned about it. Just to let you know, this is where we land with this. This one really doesn't require very much more work. All we're going to do on the other side is the same thing, and it's done. We'll probably I'm going to clean up this little bit right here. But that's it. That'll flake off. I'm not even tripping about that. But let me show y'all how we're going to handle this. So this is what I have in my little gun kit. These little things right here, right? So we take these, right? We're gonna use fingernail polish remover. One of these little joints, fingernail polish remover. Watch how simple this is. We're gonna hit it real quick. We don't want it to be oversaturated because we don't want it to run. We just want it to slide across. And we're gonna do this. Look at that. Look how simple that is, guys. And now we got the gold inlay there. How nice is that? So I forgot I wanted to do this as well. So we're gonna put it in here, and we're gonna do this little guy right here, and we're gonna call it a day. Let's tap it in. Dang. And what am I doing? Good Lord, man, getting this on my good sweatshirt. Lord, no, my gun mat. Sorry, guys. I'm like making a mess. I don't know how I did that. But anyway, let's clean this off a little bit. We're gonna push this down in there. Flip this up, because that ain't going nowhere. And more rubbing alcohol on this, we do. Wipe off this barrel, top of this barrel. And we'll do the same thing. So we're gonna let this sit, and we'll revisit this when we're done. All right, guys, so as you can see, we close this out by finishing white on the Punisher on both sides of this one. All right, and it's still drying, so we can't finish that. But we also did the gold accent on these letters and also on that small Glock right there. Guys, quick and simple little mod for those who are interested in, you know, are either interested or have weapons that they would like to do something like this too. I didn't want to do it on the slide because I'm not sure how this will work in the slide. I wanted this to have a different type of shine. What I'm probably going to end up doing is getting some white fingernail polish and going in here and also here with the white fingernail polish just to touch that up. And then and we'll do that at a different time, right? May do that on camera, may not. You guys have seen it, so I don't know if we need to beat a dead horse with that kind of stuff, right? So, yeah, man, that's what we are with this. Tell me what you guys think. If you like this kind of content, if you don't, I'm probably gonna be sharing it anyway because I do have a few people I have people that like to see some of this stuff. You know, I have some gun guys that like to do this kind of things or maybe interested in wondering how other people did it and got there. And this is how you get there, right? This ain't your average Glock. This definitely ain't your average 17. So you guys know how we do over here. Man, We don't do the normal over here. Why? Because we were designed from greatness. I know y'all can't see my face, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. Because you were designed from greatness, man, you guys have the right, the authority to not be average. So, guys, don't be average. Peace.